Never know what to do with my face. Let's drink some wine. Hi everyone, my name is Bryan.
And I'm Paul.
We're the Hinschberger Wine Brothers. That's a new way of introducing ourselves.
Yeah.
We're the Wine Brothers. Our last name is Hinschberger, and we're down at my brother's pad right now in Paso Robles, California. Do you say Robles like that? Robles.
You know,
Robles. You know.
It's one of them.
The art is sponsored by Paul himself. He painted many pieces just for this show. And today,
Amateur, yeah.
Amateur, a professional amateur. Forever. We're going to be drinking the wines of Gurrieri. Gurrieri, I've got to say, okay, actually, just back up, because in my world, I love finding new wines, new exciting zones that I think are delicious, and I think something that is also in a kind of a limelight right now, but something that I have loved for a few years going strong now, is the wines of Vittoria. Vittoria within Sicily. So Sicily, it's kind of shaped like that.
Sort of, yeah,
like
sure,
that.
sure.
Yeah. And Mount Etna's up here, and down in this little doop-dap is Vittoria. Is Cerasuolo di Vittoria. It's the only DOCG of Sicily. So DOCG is a quality standard denomination thing that Italy does. And there's a DOC, but the G, the DOCG, is the garantita. It's like it's guaranteeing that it's a little bit more special, in a really lame way of saying it. So down in this zone, there's a little area right here, and it's Cerasuolo di Vittoria DOCG. The grapes of this zone are 1, Nero d'Avola, and 2, Frappato. Sicily has all sorts of Nero d'Avola. People grow Nero d'Avola everywhere. And Frappato is a totally different varietal that also grows, but primarily down there in the southeast corner of Sicily. And I adore it. So that was my long story made longer, is that this area is an area I'm really excited about. I love drinking wines from here. They're so elegant and pretty and fresh and delightful. Well, Gurrieri is our producer that we import from this zone, and they are one of a kind because they make this right here.
Oh,
Paul, you don't even know what is about to happen in your mouth, in your palate. This is Cerasuolo di Vittoria, but you can't call it that because it is red wine vinified white. This is 60% Nero d'Avola, 40% Frappato, vinified like a white wine. Cool, huh? Nobody does this except Gurrieri. Giovanni Gurrieri, phenomenal human being. I love this man. He is third-generation winemaker, and basically they started back in '97 as Gurrieri, but his grandfather and his father before, or his father and his father before him have all been making wine, and he's kind of carried on the torch, really kind of stepped it up and made a full-blown production. So this is a white red. If this is confusing for you, a red grape, even though it's red skin, it has a white flesh. So if you don't have any contact with the skin, you don't get any color. There's only a few grapes in the world that have a red flesh, and so if you press it off right away, ideally you can make as white wine as possible.
Certain grapes do that, certain grapes don't. If you try to do that with some grapes, you'll get a rosé color no matter what.
Because of that extraction. But this zone, Frappato, a little thinner skin grape.
Yeah.
Anyways, so now the wine. This is all vinified like a white wine, stainless steel only. How's it happening?
White peaches.
Wow.
And it's really interesting. I mean, it's a white
red wine.
White red wine, yeah. I mean, there's a lot of white characteristics in it, but then it has like a certain, I wouldn't say any red fruits in it or anything. That's coming from the skins.
Wow, this goes forever too.
Yeah,
there's a lot of complexity.
I don't even know how to describe it actually, but it's delicious.
There's some saltiness to this wine, which I kind of like. What is the word I'm thinking of? Not salinity. What is that word that we've talked about? Oh well, it's salty. If it comes to me, I'll bring it up. But sapidity.
Sapidity.
It's not a word that we find ourselves using here in America a lot, but Europeans use the word sapidity quite a bit, and I kind of gather it's this balance between what is ocean and what is salinity, but also kind of what is this texture of fruit on the palate. I don't know. I've yet to find a perfect definition for sapidity.
Well, it's you. It's stupidity. You're saying stupidity?
So funny, my brother. Sapidity, not stupidity. Sapidity is brilliant, in fact. It's intellectual, extremely good looking. Anyways, cool white wine from Cerasuolo. So now, this is kind of fun. This tasting actually is exciting all in aboard. We're kind of doing this fun little loop-de-loop-de.
Oh.
So this is Frappato, 100%. 100% Frappato. Frappato, I think, is... I mean, for lack of better terms, and I apologize because I only mean this in absolute adoration, this is the gorgeous, sexy lady in a long red dress. It is elegance in a glass, in my mouth, in my, it's a lighter wine. It's I'm not going to call this equivalent to Pinot Noir in Sicily, but it's fresher. It has more acidity. It has this really pretty tone, floral tone. Paul, take my words.
Yeah, it's like very delicate and strawberry and raspberry.
Black tea. I love the tea quality of this wine.
Totally. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's super cool. I agree with you. It's not really Pinot-like, aside from the color and like the delicateness of it, but the flavor profile is very different.
Bergamot.
Oh,
Bergamot and black raspberries. There's a very it's the color that if you taste wine in color. I have a buddy who tastes wine in colors, and he always like. Or no, he actually tastes in shapes, but we were talking about tasting in shapes and colors, blah, blah, blah. But if you taste wine in shapes or colors, this is very... God, I wish I had a big old Crayola box, so I could see all the different colors and I would find the right one, because it's the color of dress that I imagine, that I referred to earlier. It's so elegant, so
as
delicious.
soon as you said black tea, I would say the color is Earl Grey. Which I know it doesn't look gray at all. It's red, but the flavor I do get a lot of that Earl Grey tea kind of thing, which is cool, super cool.
So delicious. I love Frappato. Like I'm seriously, I know you can't tell that I ever had enthusiasm. I'm not very good at showing it, but I love Frappato. It is just, it exudes from my soul. If you were to put a line into my body and pull out blood, it might come out Frappato.
Wow.
I bleed Frappato. I mean, not really. Maybe. I don't really know. Nero d'Avola. So here's my beef with Nero d'Avola. You have Sicily, which you have all sorts of examples of Nero d'Avola grown across the island. Really kind of some lame examples, some really good examples, some kind of big bakey examples. Sicily, I mean, as you can imagine, this is a hot zone. It is surrounded by water, the Mediterranean Sea, the Ionian Sea, and it's very easy to kind of just bake and overdo Nero d'Avola, and it's kind of boring. You can make it really cheap. When you're in Vittoria, Nero d'Avola is a totally different beast.
Yeah.
You have the Himalayan mountain ranges that kind of come in from the south. These guys just sit right near the Noto Valley, so it's a very fertile area. Really amazing kind of red sand, red clay, a little bit of limestone in the soils there. I mean, is this like Nero d'Avola that you taste just willy-nilly Nero? No.
Not at all. In fact, but it has a similarity to the Frappato in the sense that, like, I get that that soil Earl Grey thing.
Totally.
Like, the Earl Grey thing kind of comes through again in a different way, but it's very savory and delicate. And then there's like the plum and the strawberry and raspberry and but
is it just me? Stick your nose in there real quick. I get a very prosciutto nose, like that cured pork fat. Not the same like I find in Syrah, like when I get that porky, smoky tone.
Yeah.
But I was thinking Hamon. I was like, this reminds me of like good Hamon Iberico.
I don't
want to say that because we're in Italy here, and this is more like prosciutto.
Prosciutto. I don't get that, but I fully acknowledge your ability to get it.
I give you permission to have the ability to smell anything you want to smell. That's what Paula just said. Shutting me down. Nero d'Avola from Vittoria, I think, can be really exciting, and these are all stainless steel. Giovanni really does not like the use of oak, so he wants to show the expression of grape, which I love because.
And what is it aged in?
Only stainless.
Stainless. Okay.
Yeah. This is fermented and done in stainless. That's it. Really low sulfites. They're certified organic. Just extraordinary, beautiful juice of Nero d'Avola.
Yeah. Wow.
And don't be afraid when it comes to Nero, because you can find a Nero d'Avola for $9.99. But those are kind of the wines that I'm talking about that, that can be insipid and boring and whatever. This comes up into the early 20s retail mark, and don't be scared to pull out $25 for a bottle of wine that has so much elegance and class and pristineness that I think, because these really show it. I love these wines. And now, there's almost a drum roll needed there. This is Don Vice, the Giovanni's predecessor, his father, kind of named after the patriarch of the scenario. This is Cerasuolo di Vittoria DOCG, 60% Nero d'Avola, 40% Frappato. So we tasted 100% versions, and now we bring them together as one unit,
as one power. Blend as the white wine?
Exactly.
Wow.
Right?
Wow. That's
Whoa.
Cool.
Isn't that fun? So, and, by law, I think minimum you have to have 50% Nero d'Avola in a Cerasuolo di Vittoria, and minimum 30% Frappato. So a very typical blend you see is the 60-40. What are you getting down on this wine?
I mean, once again, it still has that tea characteristic, but it has more earthiness to it. It's a little more complex, I guess. But the last two have been really complex and interesting.
But it's like,
has a little more girth to it.
With still this really elegant trail behind it. There's a core behind these wines, I think, that's really pure, really focused, really fine. And what I love about Cerasuolo di Vittoria is you take this grape that I'm in love with, Frappato, and you take this grape Nero d'Avola, which their Nero is absolutely pristine and beautiful, but you still have that kind of earthy drive behind it, and you mix the two and you realize why they did this. It makes sense that there's a DOCG for this wine. It's magic.
Some orange peel in there as well, the blood orange peel.
Well, Sicilian oranges.
I do.
No, you're just cheating now.
No.
Oh, you really get it.
I'm getting it.
I love, if you're ever down in Sicily and you're just spremuta d'arancia, por favore. Por favore. My Italian doesn't work when I'm trying to be Italian. But I am a quarter Italian. Did you know this?
I did.
Yeah, you aren't. Anyways, find wines from Sicily. Find wines from Vittoria. It's beautiful. They're fresh. They're elegant. They're pretty. They're so much fun. I hope you enjoy these. And Gurrieri is, I think, just a phenomenal example of wines from this zone. So,
indeed.
Drink Sicily. Cheers.
Cheers.